Hey guys, it's Dave with My Freedom Smokes. Today I got a review for you of a sample item that's sent in to us from IPV. It's the IPV VESTA kit. This is their new 200 watt device. It does come with a tank. The tank is called the PV Air S3. It's a little 2 mil tank. Comes with a couple different coil options. The one I'm using is the half ohm Canthal, 10 watts to 80 watts. Great little flavor tank. The mod itself, like I said, 200 watt, dual 18650 battery. Very small profile to this little guy. It's a tiny little mod. Did have some issues with trying to get everything set up. The book wasn't very helpful. I'm not familiar with the e-cig chip, so that's probably just what it is. I'm more used to the DNA style, not used to user interface with the e-cig. So that might be part of the problem, the learning curve I had. I just couldn't get the thing adjusted where I wanted it. But once I got it adjusted, it does vape very well. Nice top airflow on it. Like I said, it's a 2 milliliter tank with a 24 millimeter width, so tiny little device holding a 24 on there comfortably. It's a good look for it. So that way you could put most other tanks and stuff on there without any overhang and stuff like that. Being it is a 24, I mean, you got a little bit of room even on the edge there, so you can maybe go up to a 25. We'll see, what version is that e-cig chip? It's the e-cig SX410 chip. Alright, so you do get your stainless steel, your nickel, and your titanium, and your TCR modes for your temperature control, and then 10 watts to 200 watts for your wattage control. This one does have a functional lock feature. I know some of the IPV stuff, they come out and they say, oh, it's got a lock feature. You go try to lock it and it doesn't work. The way you lock this one down is you tap your fire button 3 times, and it actually puts into a lock mode. Tap it 3 times again to unlock it, and then to go through your menu modes and stuff with the e-cig chip, just tap it 5 times rapidly, which was a little confusing. And even in the book, they originally had to lock it, tap it 5 times. You can see somebody went in with a pen and wrote over to 5 with a 3. So yeah, like I said, a lot of e-cig stuff's probably just because I'm not very used to e-cig chips. Very familiar with DNA. On screen, you got a lot of information. You got the wattage real big. Both batteries are actually monitored separately. You see your voltage, your puff counter, you see your resistance, and then they got different variations of how it hits, where there's going to be a standard draw, you can have a hard draw, soft draw, and that just kind of is how much is that power is going to actually hit you when you take a vape. If you want a nice, strong, cloudy vape, you'd put on strong. If you just want a more relaxed, you'd go on soft, or just your everyday stuff, standard works best. I've been running standard 60 watts with that half ohm coil on it. The tank itself is a top fill tank. It's a little Delrin cap, similar to what we see on the Cleto 120. Let me get that off real quick. And that just screws off there, and you got nice little openings on the top for your top fill. And then you just fill it right up there to the top. The airflow comes in on the sides there. Airflow control rings at the top and everything, so you don't have to worry about any leaking issues with it. And it is directional. You turn it one way to close it, one way to open it. It's not a round robin. I've just been running it wide open though. Let me got a couple vapes on it for you real quick. Like I said, 60 watts, half ohm coil. It's reading a 0.51, still roughly half ohm. It does have a USB port here on the back for micro USB for your firmware and your charging. Nice little hinge door here at the bottom, similar to what's on the Alien, but I haven't had the issue some people have with their Aliens with this popping open. That doesn't mean there won't be an issue possibly with several, not several, but with several of them coming out, somebody's bound to have that issue probably. That's just kind of nature of the beast. You make a lot of items, you expect one out of every several hundred of them to maybe have an issue. So I always like having a more of a lock feature on these doors. I don't like it just kind of clicking in there. But yeah, it's a comfortable filling vape. If you can get over trying to get through the e-cig, or maybe you're a fan of the e-cig chip, it's a great little device from what I've been able to use for that feature. Feels great in the hand, vapes well. I'm not sure if we'll be picking these up on the website. Just keep an eye out for them if they do show up. If you have any questions on this VESTA kit by IPV, please leave them in the comments below. As always, this has been Dave with My Freedom Smokes, and thank you for vaping.